Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI live noding. In this video, I'm just going to do a little bit of improv. Currently, I'm curious about two things. Let's say with the three generations, let's say you have a kind of like a tree system, L3 or whatever. I started to understand that each branches can be like a cylinder that you can basically separate the tree into segments, and each one can be taken care of using Sverchok. So that's I kind of understand, and there is actually generative art node in Sverchok that actually does this kind of thing. I haven't looked at it like in detail, much in details, but I'm also curious, like if we have like a letter, maybe like a letter S or something, and how do we separate this? Maybe do we separate the letter into something like this so the Sverchok can build each segment separately? Let's say we have letter A. I'm thinking like a wall, for example. That's kind of what I have in mind. So maybe we can break the edges based on if there is like a sudden change in the angle. We break it into separate parts and then turn each one of them into a wall. So that's kind of my curiosity, but for now let's just explore Sverchok. We have something called bricks grid. This is one node, one of those super nodes in Sverchok. I might have talked about this at some point, but I'm curious about something. I'll show you real quick. So this guy, if we just make something out of it, it looks a bit like this. I wonder if I can make it standing. Vector out, vector in, x, y, x to the z, okay, that's standing but in the wrong angle. Let's do it again properly. It's currently it's like this, so it's growing in x, but we wanted to make it standing. Maybe we can just rotate it. Actually, rotate vertices, Euler, rotate it in 90 degree in Z, and then rotate it again in Y. Maybe we can do it at once. Oh, actually, yeah, anyway, that's one way we can do that. Okay, now it's facing this way. I actually wanted to face the other way around. You will see why I'm doing this in the x-axis directions real soon. Alright, so we have our brick standing thanks to the rotation node. Alright, let's investigate this node a little bit. We have options to change the width of the brick, the height of the brick. Okay, this one extend that way. Okay, height. The two thing, if we change this, it looks like hexagonal, so it's really can be something that you can use for hexagonal grid. Toothing random. If we randomize the toothing, don't worry about that for now. We can randomize the U and the V slightly, so that's also pretty cool. U and the V, and you can shift it to get a little bit of variation, randomization. That's pretty cool. We could actually make this into separate brick if you want. If you use like a polygon boom, maybe polygon boom. Poly. This one I believe will separate all the 53 bricks. You can use matrix in scale. Well, matrix in will separate the center. So with the polygon boom, we might need to have the center polygons. So 1, 2, and we get the origin. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay, that's slightly interesting. And then the scale, we can use vector in, scale it until. So I was wondering why it's not scaling from the center. Keep it simple. Well, anyway, I think we can do it in different way. We don't need to do it using the. We can just use the brick as the template for box, for example, to have control for the box itself. Now, this is if we are doing the polygon boom and stuff. We can actually use extrude polygon, extrude separate face using this guy and polygon. We're gonna get a different result. So this one can be pretty much what you need here. You don't need to do anything else. You can scale it slightly and just kind of fake it like this. This might be enough for what you're doing. And this is the good thing about this is this is not multiple object. This is like a single object. I'm gonna save this. We can randomize the vertices slightly to get some kind of randomization, just a little bit, you know. Now the bricks looks more natural. 0.0, just a little bit more natural there. You can't really see it. There's a slight variations, maybe 0.02, but that's much more natural as a brick. And yeah, the other side is actually hollow. You might be able to cover that if we are using fill hole, maybe fill holes, edges, polygon. Oh, actually this one kind of fill the hole. Oh, it doesn't fill the back part. Other polygon, extruded polygon. So we can separate this part, which is quite nice. Polygon. We might actually be able to use that if you want to just have this pattern. Now, one question is how to make this brick like going around, for example. You know that the fact that if we bake this, for example, and then we have this real object, and then we use the circle curve. Let's see, if we use this guy and the curve modifier, we can make this like circular like that. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's a pattern that we often saw. If I scale it, it's kind of nice. Actually, if I make it into an array in which direction? Maybe Z. Okay, array doesn't work as well. I think let's try something like this, and then we use a Bezier. Let's use curve modifier here, and there you go. That's kind of the result I was thinking for. You can still scale the curve and do whatnot. Fit the curve, fit the length, fit the curve. The curve should be our Bezier circle. Fit the length, I guess. Interesting, it doesn't really fit the curve. Maybe I did something. Just do a fixed count for now. Four of them. Let's see, less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have brick, but the problem here, of course, we have this kind of hollow at the back. I'm kind of wondering how to fix this. Switch direction can do that. Good job. So I'm kind of, this is getting somewhere, but yeah, I'm curious whether the curve can be something that we can adjust using Sverchok. So because we have these objects growing in the X direction, maybe we can create another Sverchok node tree and use our line. Viewer. Actually, there's a curve viewer 3D. Plug that in, plug that in. So we should have a curve. This can be for our brick. What you see is randomize window. Okay. It's always a good thing to use if you're testing something. Just randomize it or use noise. Alpha, it should fit the alpha, but I wonder if this curve is kind of segmented. Oh yeah, they are segmented, that's why. It's probably the limitation of curve viewer at the moment. This. Oh yeah, still segmented, so curve viewer doesn't work like that. So curve viewer 2D probably a better one. So this one is not segmented. Merge, duplicate, unique. think merge can do it. No, it's still segmented. That's unfortunate. Let's use polyline viewer. This guy seems to be connected. So we can use this guy, delta. Okay. Phew, that's that was interesting. There you go. That's what I want. It's so you can use Sverchok to kind of generate the curve and controlling the bricks. That's basically the whole idea. But we are using, of course, here we are using Blender's curve modifier. Sverchok probably does not have a curve modifier yet. It might have deform, matrix deform. It has matrix deform, but I'm not sure if this does something like what the curve does. But I kind of like the potential here. So here, if we are not, if we didn't bake the brick, for example, if we didn't bake it, we just use a B-mesh viewer, and we kill this array. If we plug that in, and that guy in, so we have our brick. The size seems pretty big, so I can scale it down. Vector in. So make it like that, and location, let's say we want to have some duplication of the brick, we can use our float range and vector in. Let's do it in the X direction. Start, stop, 10, maybe step. Okay, that's starting to happen. Okay, that's better. We can still, you know, randomize the seed of the brick. Would be nice if the left and the right kind of matches. And I still don't know how to deal with the back part here. But we have a real object. It's a single object, like our array modifier, and we can switch to the other Sverchok. We can select this guy and then select create a curve modifier and get our delta, and now we have the setup for the brick happening. So I think it's pretty cool. We can hide the line here, we don't need to see it. We can randomize the seed. We can generate anything you can, any kind of curve pattern that you can generate. You can make the brick do whatever, you know, sine wave, what else, zigzag. I'm kind of interested, you know what I'm really interested in is to make like a letter, you know. That's why I was kind of wondering what's the best way to do this. If we just use the grease pencil, for example, we go to the top view and then, okay, let's make like a spiral. Convert grease pencil to Bezier. Now we have the grease pencil, but it's doing it on all of them. Let's delete that. Let's do it again. Grease pencil. Convert grease pencil to Bezier. Now we have our grease pencil. We can just use this grease pencil for our bricks, so that should work. Maybe we need more brick in this case, so we can always go back to generate bricks and increase the number. Reduce the stepping. Maybe scale it up. Or actually, that's quite interesting. That's okay. So this one's quite nice. You can make like a level design, but of course the back part is still dodgy there. But this is an idea. If you have any suggestion on how to deal with this, please let me know. So this is of course, it's kind of nice that everything works together. So our bricks coming out from this node setup, and the other setup is for the line generator if you need it, and we have Blender owns curve kind of do the job for us. With the line itself from this pencil, it's currently quite heavy. I think you can always smooth it. Oh, it doesn't like the smoothing. Can you just rebuild? No, it doesn't like that either. But anyway, that's the brick design. That's just kind of what I wanted to show you, even though we left with a few questions. But anyway, if you have comments, feedback, suggestion, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for tuning in.